Hello everybody, this is YoungTechs here, and I am broadcasting a 2v2 game that was sent to me by Permafrost. He's starting up on the upper right as the Teal Terran, and then we have his partner, Advocate, spawning up on the upper left as the purple Protoss. Then we have Bitista here, spawning as the red Zerg, and YoungTech spawning as the blue Terran. Right off the bat, we have everyone just making their workers and whatnot. This map is kind of a different map. It's each team shares a common choke point right here. Also, there are destructible debris on either sides of this choke point, so things do get pretty interesting sometimes on this map, seeing as there's 3 different ways a ground army can march into your base. We have Bitista throwing his overlord off to the side to prevent any type of marines or stalkers from coming in and killing it. We have a spawning pool already down for Bitista also. A 10 pull, in fact. He's probably going to do a fast rush. Also, we have YoungTechs here building his barracks. We also have Advocate with a gateway, and Permafrost also with a barracks. Permafrost and YoungTech both decided to build their barracks back inside their base for whatever reason. Maybe they want units closer, spawning closer to their mineral line so they could ward off any type of harass. Advocate has decided to do a little bit of a wall off here. Let's see, we also have a spawning pool going down right now, so we'll see if Bitista pumps out some drones or some Zerglings, which, yep, he's trying to 10 pull, so he's gonna send his Zerglings out and probably try to attack right away. Just to let everyone know also, I have not seen this replay, so this is the first time I've ever casted one that I don't know what's really going to happen, and so I'm pretty excited about it. So we have Advocate sending a probe out, trying to see what's coming, what's going on. He is going to run into these Zerglings, and the Zerglings are going to run just right past each other. So this probe will move on to see other days. I don't know if they were paying attention or not, but let's see. We have one. They must have seen it because Advocate is starting to chrono boost his Zealot. So the Zerglings are going to just run right past this Zealot, back towards Permafrost's base, maybe to run into the mineral lines. So we have a few Zealots coming over here, that one just stopping for whatever apparent reason. Immediately the Zerglings come and try to attack this, not really doing too much damage. Oh, and we also have a Reaper here doing some harass on the mineral line up here. I didn't even notice that. So Advocate's just chasing these just with the probes. So this is even though he's not killing anything, he's causing Advocate to lose a lot of minerals right now, pretty much mining nothing. So he's gonna throw down. Advocate's gonna throw down a cannon, which this can, if he were to, stop and go shoot, he can probably take that down, especially with his D8 charges. Meanwhile, we have the Zerglings still dancing around up here. The Rains are coming up to help try to take care of this Reaper harass. I would have liked to see maybe the Marines come over here to try to get a better angle on the Reaper so they're not continuing to chase. But yeah, the Reaper's just... He's got 2 kills under his belt, and finally he goes down. So we have our Zerglings coming in, trying to take out this pylon, and it looks like he's going to do it. And also metabolic boost is on the way. We have a Templad coming down for Permafrost here. So Advocate pretty much cannot warp in any units. Meanwhile, we have a layer tech coming up for Bitista, and we also have 3 barracks and a factory coming out for YoungTechs. So we have a bunker coming down to help prevent any more Zergling or what have you, and pretty much Advocate still does not have a cybernetics core down. Permafrost is putting down a tech lab to possibly get some tanks, I would hope, or maybe just to get the igniter pre-inferno. We have Bitista expanding out to the over on the right instead of inside of his base. So maybe that's just so he can hide a little bit. And so we have these Zerglings marching out here with the Marauders, and also an SCV which was destroyed. So yeah, the Marauders, they're not going to do too much against the Marines. The Marines will take care of them. So we have, yep, see the Marines taking care of them. So we have Bitista and YoungTechs trying to take down these destructible rocks. They do see this, so they're going to send their zealots out and try to stop this from happening. They got, not quite halfway through the HP of those. The Zerglings are just going to run right over to the other side, and see, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, you can have an army come in through multiple ways, but Permafrost and Advocate both have their spotters over here to see if the rocks are going down. So Permafrost is going to put down a bunker here to try to prevent the Zerglings from coming into the base, and the Marines are going to come over here and snipe off a few of those. Meanwhile, we just have a couple units here sitting here, and Bitista, still running around doing a little bit of harass, getting their focus off of whatever they're doing, so they have to, put a lot of their attention on here. Units-wise, we have 18 Marines out and a Banshee coming for Permafrost here. Advocate, he's got a Stalker and 4 Zealots. YoungTechs kind of behind a little bit. Oh, he has 3 Marauders and 9 Marines here. He is also expanding here. We also have Advocate and Permafrost also expanding. So we currently have Advocate and Permafrost pushing out in front of their base, trying to prevent any type of push from coming up into their choke here. Permafrost is going to move back up into his base. And Permafrost currently has 2 Banshees out. Let's see if he has Cloak on the way, or if he already... where are those? So he has researched Cloak already. So here they are. Here's the Banshees. So they're going to be moving out here to try to do a little bit of damage. He pulls them back for whatever reason. I don't know if he was thinking he saw something over here. So yeah, he's just bringing them back to this location. We have Advocate just blocking off this to prevent any Zerglings from trying to run into the base. We have a small force coming out for YoungTechs, maybe trying to push out the there's the Marines' combat shields are upgraded, and stim is also coming. The Zergling is getting burrow and the armor upgrade. So he don't see that he currently is getting any roaches. So we have YoungTechs putting down a missile turret here to prevent Permafrost from doing any type of tank Viking sort of mixture. So it prevents the Viking from coming out and gaining vision over in this location. We have another tank coming up, so YoungTechs is building his forces right here in front of their base. Oh, and I missed the Banshees, of course. So the Banshees, they came down here and probably got a good amount of kills. Yep, all together, I think I saw about 9. They got about 9 kills. So, but the Hydras came out and were able to take care of that. And meanwhile, Bitista also got a Overseer out. So, units-wise, we have 4 Zerglings, 7 Hydralisks, and some Vikings for YoungTechs. All their workers are fairly around even. Oh, a Raven coming out. That'll be nice. So yeah, once again we have forces gathering up here in the front, and we have so Permafrost wants to push out soon. Put some type of force up here. Yeah, so they didn't see this sitting out here from before. So yeah, Permafrost and Advocate were not aware of what was going on here about all the building and stuff. So they're going to be pushing out here, which seems like they might not win this battle, just because this one lonely tank back here is doing a significant amount of damage. Also, they're gonna, well, actually they're pulling ahead here, but the Vikings do drop down to help finish off this little push by Advocate and Permafrost, and YoungTechs is able to still take control and still have control of their front base to prevent Advocate and Permafrost from pushing out. So Permafrost is, he doesn't have his minerals saturated yet. Bitista is currently attempting to saturate. Let's see, we have an Immortal on the way from from Advocate. Blink also on the way, so we'll hopefully see some good micro from Advocate. The Zerglings come up here to see kind of what's going on. There's nothing in that bunker right now. There are some cannons up here to help defend against the any type of push to break these rocks. So we have tanks sitting up here also. So it looks like YoungTechs is going to maybe do some type of a drop. We have Bitista doing a little miss micro, getting some units, some of his Hydralisks getting sieged by the siege tank. So YoungTechs, so he doesn't have anything loaded in there anymore, and he's continuing to build production facilities out here so he can have close proximity reinforcements. Bitista has decided to move back here to maybe cut off any sort of advance that they might not be aware of into their front base. More reinforcements coming in for YoungTechs to help control this middle here. And another factory, 3 factories out. Let's see who's looking at.
Our allies are being attacked.
So yeah, continued Vikings. So they're they're pushing out here. It's not gonna really with these tanks back here. It's not gonna be very good for them. They're gonna Advocate's just gonna lose those forces. I mean, he especially needed to come out here with Permafrost forces as well. We have a Stargate down, currently producing nothing. We have 2 Colossus and an Immortal coming. So I wonder if the charge is also coming for the Zealots to help close the range between the tanks and themselves. Thermal Lance is not currently coming up yet, which Thermal Lance is extremely needed against tanks, because Thermal Lance I think has about the same range. I think close to the same range as tanks, so they're able to get those shots off. Oh, we currently have Permafrost out here coming to push down here, which is why probably Bitista had his Zerg force over here before, but too bad I don't think they see this right now. Yeah, they do not see this. I mean, if you were to look over at this rocks, and he could notice that they are going down, and I don't